Things at the police department have never been better. They are better now than they ever were when I got hired. These are not the words you will ever hear in any police department, especially this one, in your entire career. Let me tell you why. All right. Welcome back to the Dirty Hands of the Republic. I'm Tom Nixon. This is Joseph Fenwick, my partner. Now, I was hired at HPD in 1995. So was Joseph. I was in class 164. He was in 165. And when we got on in 1995, we were dealing with guys who'd been hired in 1975. And you never hear them say the words, gosh, things are so much better now than they ever were before. It's everyone always had the same, things are always getting worse. Things were better when I got hired than they are now. So I have come to the conclusion that the future is never better for law enforcement. The present is always the best it's ever going to be. So for you people who are just now graduating the academy, we're talking to you. These are the best days of your career.
These are your good old days.
20 years from now, you're going to be talking about the good old days before they, shoved a monitoring device that was monitored 24/7 in your rectum, or where do you think they'll put it?
Probably in your molar.
In your molar. Yeah, there will be some Google analytical chip inserted in your mouth or your butt. You pick. That's probably going to be the only choice you get. You want it in your mouth or your butt,
Homoerotic.
and it will monitor everything you eat and drink, how long you sleep. So because that's for public safety, right? Mm-hmm. Because we got to police the police. And, if you have alcohol or if you have a drink of alcohol, then, it will start a timer where you can't do anything for 8 hours or 10 hours before or after the last alcoholic beverage you've had, right? And they'll probably monitor your fat intake, your carbohydrate intake, so they can monitor, because that's for your health, right? That's the future, I think, that is going to hit, well, not just police departments, probably the fire department as well.
We've all seen Demolition Man. Yeah.
That's the future.
Yeah, it is. Pass the salt. Spartan, salt is bad for you. They're illegal. Exactly it.
Yeah. If you say a curse word, on duty.
Oh my gosh.
That's like 15 days off.
Yeah, exactly.
If you say a curse word off duty, then you get like a vibration in your mouth, or you get, something goes off.
Your social score will go down.
Your social credit score will drop 3 points.
And if you don't think people want to do that, look at the mayor of New York. Was it like 3 mayors ago, who outlawed big sodas?
Oh yeah, Michael Bloomberg.
Yeah, Bloomberg. Yeah, because you can't have whatever you want to drink.
So you know what people were doing? They were buying 2 sodas. If you couldn't get a big one, you could only get a small one, but you could order as many small ones as you wanted. So you ordered 2 small ones. It's like stupid. But look at the mayor now, Eric Adams, right? He's a former NYPD captain, retires, runs for mayor, gets elected, and is doing the exact same nonsense de Blasio was doing regarding COVID, masking toddlers. He wants, children in pre-K wearing masks. I have 2 pre-K kids. They can't wear a mask longer than 5 seconds. And because you put it on there and they'll wear it, but then they'll start chewing on it. And before you know it, the mask is in their mouth. And it's like, it's like trying to put a mask on a horse. It's silly.
It's ridiculous.
So it just seems like in this country, I'll never understand it, but in this country, as soon as someone gets elected to public office, it's as if something sneaks into their room at night, the night before they're sworn into office, and just extracts their common sense. I don't know what that demon, is that like a demon that does that? Maybe there's some kind of mythical creature that crawls in and extracts the common sense from every elected official except for maybe Ron DeSantis at this point.
I know we used to joke that HPD captains were chained up against a telephone pole and beaten by by police officers with wet newspapers. That was a captain's school.
Yeah, so they would hate police officers. Yes. They had this constant PTSD with police officers. Oh, I have to punish you now. I have to punish. What what did I do? You forgot to fill up your patrol car before you turned it in for the next shift. That's 3 days off. What? I'll just go fill it up. Something silly like that, and all of a sudden you're looking at a suspension. But yeah, I get your point.
Yeah.
But I just want officers to the new guys to know that these are the good old days for you. So enjoy them while they last, because there's going to be some new technology that comes out that they come up with. Right now it's body cameras. It'll be something else. And we're just postulating here, but no,
yeah.
What do you think it would be? Seriously.
Well, like I say, a body camera that you wear all the time, like it's, contact or something, but they already have those. They have the little lens that you can put on your contact. Something like that you.
I mean, they already tried to forcibly vaccinate every police officer, which we're really starting to learn now. It's the CDC and Pfizer. If you have a moment to go through those documents, they're starting to admit that people who take, or can we say that on? Since this is YouTube, we're gonna probably bleep that out. So we're gonna say COVID. We're gonna say the COVID jab.
The jab, right?
Okay. They have found higher incidence of myocarditis in men, especially, who have taken that between the ages of 18 and 39, and that came out like last week. That substantially higher incidence of myocarditis, because the fluid of the jab rests in that middle layer of the heart for many people, and it causes swelling, right? And that swelling attracts fluid, and then you have fluid on the heart, the carditis. So the inner layer or the middle layer of the heart is starting to become inflamed, and then you're not able to run, you're not able to, engage in any strenuous activity, and it's for life. It is a gene altering shot. It's gene therapy is what it really is. It's not really a V as much as it is a gene therapy shot. So consequently, they, in the most supreme act of arrogance I've ever witnessed in my 49 years on planet Earth, the government just decided, well, you have to take it. It's experimental. You have to take it. There's no long-term, double-blind, large population studies. You still have to take it. No, there's no leadership. There's nobody willing to stand up and say, not my people. You're not going to do this to my people, right? And that thoroughly disgusted me, that kind of loss of autonomy, that loss of common sense, loss of leadership, loss of ability to critically think through a terrible situation. Well, we're just going to shove this needle into everybody we can possibly get our hands on. And it all comes down to money, because every shot, Pfizer gets paid. Every shot, Moderna gets paid. Every shot, Johnson and Johnson gets paid. And that's what it's all about. It's all about money, right? They don't care if you die. They don't care what the long-term effects are. They don't care if you have any kind of myocarditis or not from it. They want their money, right? And in the exchange, they're paying off people in positions of authority by making large campaign contributions to elected officials who want the money so they can stay in power. And that's the evil, that's the cycle of evil that exists in our country now. And it ultimately affects you, the individual, the person, the citizen, in this case, the police officer, who wants to not have myocarditis for the rest of your life. So if they're willing to do that, they're willing to do anything. If they're willing to risk your death so Pfizer can make a few extra dollars on your body, what aren't they willing to do? And that's why we kind of wanted to make this video, because we just wanted to tell officers that at some point y'all need to form a union or something that stands up for your rights to try to protect your autonomy from an evil empire that doesn't care whether you live or die. Just something to consider. Now, I don't know what monitoring device they're going to shove into your body in the future, but right now they have one that sits on your chest. where's it going to go next? I'd like an answer to that question. Joseph?
I agree.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Something to think about. We read your comments. Please be generous. Also, like and subscribe. We appreciate it. We'll see you in the next video.